The arena battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Strategies unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with
Welcome back. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Champions of the Realm Series Season 2. Happening right now, round 3, day 7, group stage showdown. And on to today's matches. There are actually really interesting matches. Two of the big teams actually having today in the featured matches. So overall, it would be really exciting. And on to the casters decks. This is your caster Zio, and of course, we'll be joined by our cute little bunny, our Yuina. So, Yuina, good evening, and how are you feeling today?
Good evening, Zivo. I'm feeling really good. And what about you?
I'm doing really good. So, first match of the day, it is gonna be Team ABM versus Team ZXTZ right here. So, ABM, we know one of the top teams in India going against a rising underdogs, and the draft is already here. So, yeah, the first ban would be the Joy, quite understandable, but ZXTZ, if they have done their homework, then they would know what ABM goes for, and they might think of something a counter draft, but Chip gets banned out. Quite interesting with the recent buffs. Of course, he is good, but Chip, I would say, really understandable ban because of his high potential in any team fight. He's gonna summon from anywhere anyway. So yeah, quite interesting. But there are a lot of assassin heroes, a lot of MM, the Granger, the Suyo, Matilda can't be left open as well. So it would be quite interesting what they would be banning. But another jungler ban coming in from the side of Team ABM, that would be the Fenny. So they won't be going for they won't be prioritizing that Fenny. Even though they have the first pick, quite interesting. But yeah, overall the draft is coming good, and they still have the Zushin open as well. So it's kind of a hard decision for Team XTG Esports to make for the bans to come in.
Yep, the team AVM just banning out the high mobility junglers right now. The Joy and the heroes can literally go onto the backliners. But still, the Jushin, the Sicilian is still open into the banning table, and we can see that the Suyo getting banned out. Well choice because the team EVM have the first pick, and right now the Suyo into the land of Dawn is doing really great. He can literally just clear out his jungle really fast, and if he got there early, that snowball, he's gonna be really, hard to deal with into the mid game, also into the late. So why not ban out this hero? Like they don't have the first pick, so it's better to play safe.
Better safe than sorry. So of course you gotta ban out the Suyo as well. But yeah, the Lantern Lady is still open, and that is what I'm concerned about to ban for the side of Team XTZ, because it's ABM got the first pick, so they might just be abusing that lady on the lantern. But Yeah, Granger ban quite understandable because of his late game damage potential. So of course ABM, they do not want to go for the Granger. They do not want anyone to pick out that Granger. So yeah, highly understandable bans coming in. Now the question is, what will Team ZexTZ Esports go for? Because there are a lot of heroes open. There are a lot of potential heroes that they could pick out, but they decide to go for the Lucas ban. Understandable as well, but I feel like Lucas can be countered if it is on the EXP lane with that Valentina. So overall, I guess it's just how the comfort of both the teams are gonna be banning out. First pick in the side of ABM, and they do not take out any longer to pick out that Zushin and Peter. Peter is on to Zushin, so of course we are gonna be seeing quite the interesting gameplays coming in from them.
I mean, yup, two of the great milliners were still open, the Sicilian and the Jersen and the team ABM getting the hands on to the Jersen. I mean, she was open and they had the first pick, and this lady will be really annoying to the match, with the lantern over there. It's really gonna give a hard time to the frontliners to, execute any team fights as well. She has the mobility and, the Crimson Bacon giving the shield into the team as well. It's really, good to have Jushin into the team. But yep, the team are going with the Sicilian pick. I mean, the hero for the late game assurance with the bad face over there. It's already nighttime, so why not let that vampire come out?
Yep, nighttime is a time for vampires to come out and enjoy the best time of their life. But yeah, it is gonna be quite interesting because Cecilian is gonna be going around the later phases of the game, like the late game. So he scales off damage in the late game, but Zushin here, she's really good at the early game damage as well. She goes for the pokes with her lantern flare. So of course it's one of the two most top heroes in the mage lane that we are seeing, and of course one more pick going onto the side of team ABM right now. But yeah, I would say two mage getting prioritized, really great pick because and any of them might be banned, might be taken. So overall, wise choice of decisions. But yeah, we'll have to see what Team ZexTZ picks up for the second pick, and saying with ABM, maybe counter the draft, maybe maybe go for a really aggressive draft. They still have the Matilda open. They still have these open. So, oh, so we'll have to wait it out. But for now, we will be taking a short break before we head on to the draft. So, see you in 5 minutes. Okay. All right, seems like the draft is back, and we are going to be having a redraft right now because of some technical issues. But yeah, it will be the same bands coming in from both the sides for the first part of the match. And of course, it's not going to be any much of a surprise because we already saw all the bands. And first picks it was the Zushin and the Sicilian. So we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait until they finish all of their banning and picking choices as soon as possible so that we can come back to the match yet again. Now, now it is time for both the teams to start thinking how to plan the draft accordingly. And of course, the first two picks were the mages. Now, from the second part, as from the second picks, it will be what both the teams are gonna be picking out.
Oh my gosh, the link is into the match of tonight from the team, XT. And it's kind of a surprising to, Link getting picked in so early phase because he might get some counters, from the team EVM.
Yep, might be a getting countered, but we'll see. We'll see what they will be picking out. But yeah, we do see the Hayabusa getting picked out from the side of Team ABM. A Ling against a Hayabusa. I would say both of them have quite of a great advantage. Their ults are both immunes. So I would say in a one versus one situation, if the first one to ult would be the one to fall down because when you ult, okay, let's say it's the Hayabusa who ults first, Ling can go in and immune with his Tempest of Blades. And same goes for Hayabusa as well. Both of them, they kind of counter each other. So overall, but yeah, Hayabusa is still more into the meta right now, except for Ling. He's quite getting down the leaderboards. But yeah, for obvious reasons, of course. But look at that, the Harriet gets picked out. Same with Badang as well. Now, a Badang might be onto the EXP, might be onto the roam. We will know when we get into the land of Dawn. But yeah, for so far, the Matilda gets banned out, the carry as well. Seems like Team ABM they are gonna be picking up two of the tanky frontliners, maybe they get Kacha, maybe the Hilda for their side so that they ban out the carry. And of course the carry against a Harriet. I feel like Harriet does a lot better, but you can't really underestimate the burst potential in her mid to late game. So of course she gotta be banned out. Same with the Hylos as well. Hylos is really annoying, really tanky as well. So of course they knew the Hylos might be onto the play because the carry was banned out and carry is the direct counter of a Hylos. So I would say overall a great mindset coming in from the side of Team ZexTZ right here. Hilda gets banned onto the ban list now. Both the teams they are missing the EXP and the roamer possibly. So we'll see from among the remaining two slots from each team what we are gonna be getting.
I mean, yep, the Catocatcher is still open, and even the Phobius is open onto the EXP lane. And also, we can't forget about the CC, so they have a option onto there, like which hero they will be picking up. But having a Gato into the team is really great, with the EOG, he can disturb out into the team fights, just messing up with their position as well, the sustain, the damage he provides. I mean, that's really, amazing for the team, but annoying for the opponent. Right now, the team is picking up the Beatrix into the goal lane. I mean, this hero can be playing a really, like in different kind of gameplays, and it depends on the user. And she has a great, potential onto her. And also, the team EVM have got the hands on to the cat catcher, and he is into this match, and he will be really annoying for the team XTZ.
Yeah, will be annoying with that pick off hero Jawhead as well. Apex is on to that Jawhead, which means it will be a roam. Same with Anti on that Gatotkacha, it will be an EXP. So overall, they have a setter, they have a pick off hero, they have the backline, they have someone to go for dive for the backline, they have Harith and Zushin for the magic burst damage. So yeah, it's working quite out. The draft is really looking strong for the side of Team ABM right now. Last pick into the side of Team ZXTZ, and the hero would be the Phobius. Yes, a Phobius does really great against a Gatotkacha, against a Harried one. There are a lot of mobility heroes, a lot of blink heroes. So of course, Phobius, one of the OG counters, I would say. But yeah, the draft is already completed and looking really strong for the side of ABM. But ZXTZ, if they are able to execute this draft well, then they should be able to get back into the match. But yeah, overall, Yuina, which side are you rooting for?
I mean, looking on to the jobs of both of the team right now, the team EVM have a very balanced composition into the team. Like they have the early, the damage potential, and also for the late game. Looking on to the team ZXTZ, I mean, the Phobius gets his burst damage, that physical damage is sustained, he does, but also he needs some items on him as well. Badang will be roaming out, zoning them out, but the Sicilian is a type of hero who's gonna go for the late game, as well as Ling gonna have a lot of damage, but also he need to wait for his builds to get completed, and also he need to get his farm fast. So it's kind of both of the teams have draft well, but I'm rooting for the EVM draft because it's kind of in a really balanced way.
Yep. Yeah, really, really balanced, I would say. But you know, I feel like Team ZXTZ, they kind of lack someone to go for the early engage. Maybe the link is there, but he won't be enough alone. But yeah, we'll have to see how the teams would be playing out against each other. And that is the poking game that you don't want to see when you open up a Zushin on to the side of any of the teams, because she will be poking you. And of course, it is Peter on to that Zushin, so of course he has that mastery onto Zushin. He has mastery onto almost every of the matches. Mage is actually one of the top mid laners in the country that we have. But yeah, if you look at the laning right now, average player, he's kind of being hard on mint onto that Harriet, but overall it's just a poking game that we are going to be seeing a little skirmishes over here and there. Apex trying to go in, but the ejector comes in on trying to go away. He gets taken down, first blood already. This is what you're supposed to look out for, when you have a Jawhead. You don't want to get picked up by the ejector. You don't want the unstoppable force coming in towards you. So yeah, overall, I would say a quite great start for the side of Team ABM right now, and the turtle is about to spawn.
I mean, yep, the way Hayabusa, just get inside the turret with the help of that, quad shadow connecting onto the Batang, and he was shut down inside his own turret. That was really impressive. And right now, we can see the Joy going onto the Ling. The Ling has used the Tempest of Blood for the survival purpose, and he will be falling back.
Yep, quite a disengage that you need. You don't want to, you don't want to go against someone when you don't have any of the damage. So yeah, Turtle goes onto the side of Team ABM right now, uncontested with all the zoning coming in from Apex and Anti, zoning away the Ling, the possible jungler. But Apex wasting out his flicker, trying to go for the Sicilian, but goes for the Badang instead. One more kill secured for the side of TVM. Now they are invading the jungle, of ZXTZ, and they are not able to do anything. Apex is really low though, but the fight is going on, Yuina.
And yep, that was really great. The Link's buff getting stolen away, and who is getting Peter getting killed onto the Phobius, and also the Hive shutting down the Batang right now. And oh my god, the AOG popping in connecting onto the Sicilian, and that was the double kill for the Jushin.
Yep, double kill for Jushin right there, securing all the kills, taking all the damage. I mean, doing all the damage, and of course, you gotta be aggressive when you have a Jushin onto your side. You've gotta be, you've gotta position yourself as well. But yeah, for the side of Team XTZ right now, they are getting a lot of pressure from the side of Team ABM. And if you look at the goal lead, it's a 5k goal lead that ABM has right now. It's the early phases of the game, 4 minutes into the match, and 5k goal lead. Quite of a, I would say, quite hard to catch up since it's the early phases. But yeah, as soon as the game comes in, it will be getting gradually lower and lower, I hope. But yeah, solo kill in the hands of Hayabusa Puni right there, getting the bursting out Sicilian. But look at that, oh my, Onyx trying to go for an engage but gets taken down in the hands of 3 people right there. Bottom lane again, the pressure onto Mint, but the turtle goes on to the side of ABM yet again.
I mean, yep, they already got the 2 neutral objectives for themselves, and the AOG popping in onto the Beatrix, and Mega Kill coming from the Pony onto him. My gosh, what a timing of the AOG.
Yep, a really great timing on that AOG, but it's not enough to go for a full team wipeout. Although the score is looking in the favor, but Yuina, look at that, Sicilian, innocent gets taken out in the hands of 2 people right there. I mean, there's not much anything that you can do. But if you look at how ABM is playing right now, their forces are evenly distributed. One is dominating the whole map, while others go for the objectives. So overall, they are distributing the work of each other really well. And I feel like Team XTZ, they are not able to catch up, so they are kind of baffled around. But a team fight might be coming up.
My gosh, the AOG connecting onto the people, and Peter getting killed onto the Jushin, the Hayabusa onto there, and the Anti getting killed onto the Batang. The Tempest of Plate has activated, but I guess the Link will be getting the shutdown. Oh my god, by the Apex over there. That was the double kill. And also, the middle lane tier turret falling down. Right now, it's looking really bad for the team XTZ because they aren't able to get the objective onto their hands, and the goal difference is rising by second, and the team AVM are leading, and they're also losing out the unit here turrets, which is not a good call for them. And the Hayabusa going in with the Ogi shadow kill, but he needs to fall back because the Sicilian is able to survive out there.
Yeah, Sicilian, his survivability, you really need to have the survivability, because you're the one your teams are gonna be depending on when you have the late game onto your hands. So you gotta stack up, you gotta start dealing the damage for your team, otherwise it might be a game over. But look at the zoning coming in from Peter right there, not even letting them near the turret, and destroying the tier 2 turret as well. But another fight, Yuina.
I mean, the timing of the AOG, the ejector coming in from the Joy, that was great. And the anti getting kill onto the Phobias. Oh my god, the Padang survives also in a really low HP. But right now, they need to play out very safe. The team XTZ, they need to look onto the position, the timing of the engagement, because every single time it's really going bad for them. Every single trade they're losing out, and they are taking down the inherited of the team XTZ. My gosh, what a domination coming in from the team ABM.
ABM completely dominating the whole match, and they know that they got the power, they got the lead, and still going for another team fight. The base is quite open, but they won't be committing because there are not much of a minion. Maybe their plan is to pop out the side inhibitors first, and go for the team fight once the base is exposed really well.
Yep, and right now we can see that the Hayabusa, landing is, that caught shadow right now. But I guess they're not gonna engage more, and they are just inside their inhabited the team 60Z, and they might get some turret damage, so they need to be really careful over there as well. A lot will be spawning soon into the river area, and if they got the lot, they will. I mean, it can be end because already the base is open, and inhabited is down, and also passive has already gone, so it's kind of looking really bad situation for the team XTZ. And also one inhibited falling down. The Hayabusa going with Ogi Shadow Kill, taking down the life of the Sicilian over there. My gosh, that was good amount of damage deal onto the Sicilian. The ejector
Yep.
popping in by the claw hit, another kill by the Hayabusa onto the phobias, and the hit going with the Chronodex, and the Lemon Force popping in, and the Jushin getting a kill onto the Batang. Three of the members are down, and only two are there, the Ling and the Beatrix, and I guess they won't be able to survive. The Tempest of Blood has been activated, but not able to deal that amount of damage, taking away the life of the Harry. Oh my gosh! Finally, the Ling getting some kill, but he's low onto the HP, and he needs to fall back. There is a Jushin with the lantern over there, also not Joe letting him to fall back to his base, and he's low on to that HP, and he need to do something right now.
Yep, he needs to do something right now, but Apex does land one kill onto Ling. The jungler is gone, but Team XTZ, they still managed to secure their base from any harm coming in for now, but the Lord is up, so Team ABM, they might go for the Lord, and given that Ling is down, they might be going for another engage.
I mean, the Ogi Shadow Kill popping onto the Steel and taking with the life. The EOG connected onto two people right now. Phobius with the Infernal Blizzard over there. And the Batang is really low onto the HP. The anti-chasing onto the Batang, but he need to fall back. The Ling going on for the Hayabusa, but he also need to fall back. The Ling with the Tempest of Blade really low onto the HP, and he survives all the Lotus into the river area. And I guess, the team EVM should go for the lot and just take that lot, and they can easily end with the lot the match because the inhibitors are already done and only the one is standing out.
Yep, just one inhibitor standing out right now, and it might be getting popped out soon. But look at that, ABM, they are just going for more and more engages, putting more and more pressure for the side of Team XTZ. And with the amount of gold lead that they have, it's a 10k gold lead right now. They can definitely jump in anywhere, and look at the burst damage coming in from Puni right there, and two people gets taken down. The base is really wide open. The minions are pouring in, so it might be the last stretch for them.
Definitely the EOG popping in on to the Beatrix. The Tempest of Blitz has been already used. The Ling will be getting shut down by the Harris over there. The base is all open, and the Beatrix getting shut down. That was a double kill for the Apex onto the Sicilian. And also the activation shut down. The minions are not there, and they're coming in. I guess it will be the end for this match.
Kind of quite a one-sided match, I would say. It was the experience going against a newly fired Spirit. I hope Team XTZ, they are not spirited down, but yeah, they overall did a great job at putting up a fight against a Team ABM right now, top team in India as of now. And we all see the experience peaking, because if you look at all of these strats, they're quite flawless. The follow was there, the engage was on point, the objectives as well. So it's you gotta know the tournament knowledge as well. And I hope Team XTZ, they come back, they strike back with a greater force. But yeah, overall, if you look at the statistics, 28% hero damage, but 33% on that Zushin. So she was the one dealing all the damage, and you would not want to open up a Zushin any time anymore. So you gotta pay attention to that as well. But yeah, that was quite a fast-paced match for the first match of the day. But there's still two more matches coming in. But for now, this is your caster Zero, and of course Yuina. We both will be taking a short break.
wretched heads before the Lord of Greed. In the end, you achieved nothing. For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The beast shall wait.
Let the eternal melody soothe your soul. Echo through the darkness. Isn't this lovely, Quentin? Embrace the music!
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Strategies unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Unstoppable, we're igniting the spark. Brush off defeat.
absolute nothing. For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The feast shall wait.
Let the eternal melody soothe your soul. Echo through the darkness. Don't we know the lovely Quinton? Embrace the music!
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under.
Oh shit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back. You might be wondering why I'm so happy, but it's just an eternal matter actually. I, but yeah, we are bringing you the second most interesting match of the day after the ABM domination. That this time it will be Team IGN going against Team Immortal Warriors. Now, as we know, one is the top team in one of the top team in India, and of course the other is a rising underdog. So of course the what did you say, the suspense is there if the underdog they are really good at it, but it is of course one of the teams which has a lot of tournament experience that they're playing against. But yeah, never let go of the element of surprise, but before we go to that, on to the caster's decks though. This is your caster Zero, and of course, alongside with me this time, it is none other than Debbie joining us
Yeah,
today.
it's good to be together here, back again into the champion of the realms, right, Gio? Because it's been
Yep.
long. We have been dormant. So yeah, for the first I mean, not for the first, but the second game we have IGN and Immortal Warriors. So, like you said, yeah, the fear of the unknown is something that we have to look forward to. And Immortal Warriors, they were there. They were always in tournaments. Haven't been making up to the part where they try to win out the tournaments, but they were always there. So this kind of informs us that this team has to have a bit of synergy going on for them. But they are gonna be going against the giant of the Nagaland side. So definitely not gonna be the easy win, but still we have to jump into the drafting phase because Mortal Warriors they have the blue side and IZN onto the red side again. And from what I've seen, IZN have better chance of winning when they are onto the red side.
Might be, I would say, if we talk about superstitions, it might be the color red might be really
Oh,
auspicious
red.
for them. But if we talk technically, then it might be because of they get the second pick because like as a second pick person, you have enough time to counter the draft that your enemy is building up. So yeah, we got two different case scenarios, but hey, it's also IGN, of course, so they know what they're doing. But yeah, looking at the bands, it's all the standard bands, the Matilda Fanny, Suyo, of course, Gatot Kacha, the Zushin as well. So nothing new to see, but what I am excited for is the amount of the heroes that Team Immortal Warriors are gonna pick, because we all know what IGN and their signature heroes are, but the other team, it's unknown. So, the suspense is it's always there.
Yeah, that has to be it. But still, yeah, this is the first pick, right, for Immortal Warriors. I feel like them banning out the Matilda just meant that they have a rumor that is more of a setter and more of a tankier side hero player. So that's a possibility. But oh, look at that. The Badang is completely left open. IGN they let it go because they ban out two tankier heroes onto their side, so understandable because right now Immortal Warriors they have to pick it out. But okay, if you ignore the grandeur, IZN is definitely gonna be picking up because a run here. He's got a grandeur onto his hands. So what are they gonna be combining this hero with? Is it gonna be the Hylos appearing now? Because Hylos against a Badang is something you always want to do. So there we go, IZN. They used to always ban out the Hylos, but this time around I feel like they have a change up into their playstyle and the hero pool that they had. They have always been consistent in banning the hero, the Hylos, but still now they are good in picking it away.
Yep. That Hylos, as you said, they are changing up their rosters. I mean, you gotta adapt to the meta, and I think IGN is adapting really, really well to the meta and going for more of an engaged heroes, more aggressive heroes that we are seeing coming from Zozen as well. And look at that Meteor picking up the
Oh,
Phobias, one of his signature picks, I would say, because I've seen him on Phobias quite a lot of times and he dominates every single time he goes onto the Phobias. So, Team Immortal Warriors, you gotta watch out because IGN, they are bringing up their A game. They do not take any of the match lightly, and
mm,
that's one plus point of a Team IGN because they're like serious in almost every single game that they play, bring up their A game. But look at that, to counter you know um to prevent Team
oh,
Mortal Warriors to counter out that Hylos and Phobias, they do decide to go for the Jawhead and of course the Alpha ban. And last ban, it would be the Hayabusa and of course the Joy, denying respect from any of the heroes that he plays there.
This is just a position where immortal warriors they are keeping Izzy and just not giving them the chance to become any kind of jungler. So there we go. Lucas is the choice, but I'm really worried if Lucas goes into the jungle, right? There's a Sicilian, who's gonna be diving out the Sicilian. They have to have something into the mid side that can be good. Well, possibly a Farsa can appear too, and maybe just maybe first I have a better time in escaping any chances of the Ling invading the Ling going onto the backline as well. So okay, there we go, a Louis instead. So no heavy dive composition for the side of IZN and a full heavy team combination for immortal warriors because the chip has appeared now, and it's better than before. He can teleport all around the map, and the macro advantage is definitely gonna be there. But yeah, immortal warriors they were having that, but still IGN they have a response to that. They want a macro factor of their own itself, so the Louis has to be the choice. But yeah, the dive, as we mentioned, is not gonna be into their hands. So you know what, the Sicilian might actually be having a good time in this game.
Yeah, he actually might be because he's gonna get a lot of stacks, but we can't really forget the Loi onto Witch onto Loi because we were gonna be seeing a lot of divergent gameplay and Chip and of course Cecilian might be caught off guard because I feel like they are gonna be the ones who's gonna get marked out a lot
Mm.
given that Team IGN they have a really really aggressive lineup because of the Lucas, the Hylos, and of course the Phobias as well. Aaron the Creator onto Granger. Yeah, it's pretty classic. It's really been because he dominates every single time he goes for that Granger. Of course, you can't forget the Harriet as well. But yeah, in theory, Harriet kind of counters Granger out. But right now, it's Aizen that we're talking about. So you gotta watch out because I've seen Aaron counter his own counter emerge victorious, even if it's a 1v1 situation. But yeah, we can't really
No.
underestimate the Immortal Warriors as well. But okay, it looks like I've been yapping a lot and already onto the game. Zozen, he is getting poked out a lot.
This a very early first skill onto the hands of immortal warriors. They know that they have the stronger lane, and yeah, one thing to talk about is actually Mirio onto that Phobos going against the Padang. That has to be something. But look at that, the beast.
Beast form does get used up, but I feel like it's quite early for that beast form to use up, and it was quite a premature I would say. But Witch is trying to go for an engage, but look at that.
Oh,
The yin and yang combo comes in, and Chip trying to dish out some damage, but he is quite low. Revitalize gets used up, and he is forced to stay back in his turret now. Zozen, he's doing his best, but another
oh,
first diversion of the play coming in, and Rengoku gets taken down. Respect taking the turtle, and Zozen
oh.
escaping successfully with the help of his glorious pathway right there.
Fortunately or possibly unfortunately for Immortal Warriors, it is actually a gun onto that chip who got the blue buff. Still, again, because it didn't fall into the hands of IZN, but yep, yeah, Ling without a blue buff is definitely a handicap. Ling, he's gonna be, not having a good time and not available onto the map in 1 minute or so. So this is gonna be putting IZN in a position where they can put out any kind of pressure that they want. And yeah, as we focus on to the XP again, we have to see that Muriel against Batang. Okay, look at that.
Two situation happening, but shortcut gets used. A Meteor goes in with
Oh,
this infernal person right there. But Luai, I mean the whole of IGN, they just comes in as a portal and another 5v5 breaking up. Not even 5v5, it's a 5v3 situation, and IGN just emerging victorious out of it. I mean that was too surprising for me.
it was a shock factor, right? For Alan, he didn't have the flicker right on time, and he was stunning it no, but it wasn't that much of a better trade for him as well. And on top of that, Gun, even if he was in the perfect timing to go for the portal, IZN, they were coming in at the having the late entrance, but the perfect entrance for them. So this is gonna be giving them the head and the lead as well. But as we focus onto the lane changing right now, Miro definitely gonna go onto the bot side earlier than usual, because I feel like this is gonna be giving, they are just trying to give out Aaron much more farm, and this is he's gonna be the winning factor of this game yet again. So this is definitely gonna be onto their focus, and you know what, the pressure all around the map is icy, and yeah, they are everywhere at this point. Even the turtle will be left uncontested.
Yep, I mean the amount of zoning that IGN is providing, it's there. There's actually no way Immortal Warriors they go for any contest of the turtle. And look at that, Meteor is just zoning Ling away, but Harriet,
Oh,
his vengeance was about to save him, but no. Aaron, the creator, he said no. He just said, "Nah, not today, man. I'm gonna take
yeah.
you out." So yeah, he does it, but yeah, had it quite unfortunate for him. Although the bot lane is also looking quite low. Shortcut gets used up. Meteor joins in as well. The man force gets used up. The Tempest of Blades running in between, but Chip will be getting taken down. Zozen once again the tanking all of the turret damage, and Conceal has been used up. Diversion
Oh,
coming in from which, but they missed by 1 second because of the recall. And I would say really really time for Team Immortal Warrior to take a deep breath and assess what they are in this situation.
Yeah, this is crazy for Immortal Warriors. They do not have the spacing or the chance to even farm up into their jungle, because look at that. It's respect, but Rengoku getting solo killed by AA run onto the backside, but still Muro jumping in.
Meteor jumps in onto Harriet. He gets taken down. I mean, who would not die when someone jumps on top of you? but but
Heavy.
yeah, it's phobias that we are talking about, and he has that heavy metal statue thing on his hands. So yeah, but a diversion play coming in from Bitch to teleport onto the backline. Gaga really
Oh,
he gets taken down in the hands of Eren, the creator, right now. Now, Team Immortal Warrior, they are trying to go about it. They're trying to go for an engage, but the monster kill. Eren, the creator, does get his shutdown from Ling, but he will be getting taken down in his hands of Phobius right there. Meteor double kill in his hands, taking out Badang as well. Had it might be onto a chopping block, but he decides to back away.
looking at the kill participation of all the sides of Icy, and they have at least 70% of that. This just means that they were rotating always together, but the bees, respect, look at that.
Oh my goodness, respect. That was two inside the turret. I mean, two of the turret inside, and you still decide to engage with
Uh,
no with apparently no backup. I would say overextension coming
yeah.
in from the side of Aishi, and right there, losing their jungler is quite a hefty amount that Team IGN is gonna be paying. But yeah, they still have map control, so they can definitely swing back a lot.
Yeah, this has to be, but still, I understand why he changed his IZN to throw yeah before, just because of that movement. Maybe he did it very frequently, but still, the diversion might be coming into play. They did not know, but okay, Hylos, Josen spotted out, but maybe they are not trying to look for fights here and there, because the turtle has been completely ignored. But oh, look at that sword good.
Shortcut gets used up right there in between, but gun onto that chip will be getting taken down. And Tempest of Blades used to defensively get away, but he won't be getting away. Double kill in the hands of Eren, the creator, right there. Triple kill coming in. Harriet gets taken down, so Badang and Cecilian are the only ones remaining. The amount of immense pressure that IGN is providing right now is really, really overwhelming, and if Immortal Warriors they are not able to do anything. But yeah, it seems like an uncontested Lord for the side of Team IGN.
And the IZN, they are just receiving their buffs, right? Not the buffs, but just having a feeling that they are different that they were yesterday, because yesterday they were on a losing streak, not having the chances to have come back. And yeah, this is their day actually, because they are winning now. And even though it's Immortal Warriors, they weren't having, giving that much of a fight back, because they have a jungle who's very squishy, who's going to be needing the equipment, and they are denied time and again. But the divers, and it surely plays. But look at that duo.
Goodness, the diversion on point against Kairi. First one to fall down. Gaga, second one to fall down. Gun, third in the hands of Aichi. And right there was Zozen tanking all the damage. He would be sacrificing himself in the hands of Immortal Warriors right now. The Lord is marching in from the mid lane, of course, and the inhibitor is looking in danger while IGN they charge upon. Two people, almost all of the teams is out, but it might be the final stretch
Oh,
because looking.
guys.
Respect goes in for Skyri. He gets taken down. The Lord is marking the base. Rengoku trying his best to deal the damage on the Lord to take him away, and it is a successful defend coming in from the side of Team Immortal Warriors.
It's already like 8k goal lead into the hands of IZN, and it's already 10 minutes, but still, this is gonna be hurting so much. But Beast form being used, respect. So respect here is just trying to poke it out just a little bit, but yeah, he can try to do so as always, because he's got the goal, he's got the lead, they got the kills on top of that. So definitely the inhibitor will be onto the focus here. I feel like, they're not just trying to look for a lord. They are just trying to have an end in this, because look at Aaron with so much damage, the divers, the dispersion.
Yep. But okay, Gun, he was quite unfortunate to get taken down, but Medio also sacrifices his life, and Skyri doing a great job at
Oh,
defending the base and taking one of the people out from IGN and manages to successfully shoot them away from their base. But it might just be the plan of Team IGN because the Lord is about to spawn up, and they are really, really successful at keeping Team Immortal Warrior right in their base, but
oh,
diversion coming in.
oh,
Look at that. I mean, right from the backline, this pick comes in. Monster kill in the hands of
oh my
Alan. The
god.
Creator. Double kill right there. Might be a triple because Gaga, he's looking quite low. Triple kill. Yes, he does. But the Death Sonata is not enough, and Alan he successfully regolds in his base, but not for long because the legendary in the hands of Alan the Creator. Right now, Rengoku trying to go in with his Tempest of Blades, but will be failing miserably. 4 people trying to mark the base down.
Oh,
Getting a legendary for Alan the Creator, a full people wipe out. The crystal is wide open, and last hit going into the side of Team IGN.
yep, there was the mobster coming into play. A run, the creator right there with that much amount of damage onto the Sky Piercer. 80 stacks, by the way, and we cannot forget the damage he had onto those kind of builds and extra sustainability onto that War X as well. This guy, you know what? Do not give him the grandeur. There are so many things you can counter IZN with, but the grandeur is what you cannot counter. So yeah, this guy is so amazing onto that hero as well. And he's been going for the same build time and again, and every time he's playing the grandeur, and it still works out. It's just even though the builds are very expensive, he's been able to build it through, because as we have seen into this game that he was playing, he was rotating very early on into that lanes as well, giving the chances to have that farm potential as much as possible. But yes, early game he did fall down, but not for long. He's got all the gold, he's got all the kills, and we cannot forget though Mirio onto that Bovius as well. This is the first time I've seen his hero open, so he was feeling excited to say the least. It was available all around the map, and on top of that, the synergy he's been having with Witch onto the divers, and they were always together making plays up and down, not caring about the lanes, because that's how XP laners are supposed to play. So IZN, their synergy is still there. They really had a bit of a downfall, but maybe this is a step back on how they're going to be climbing back into the being great again.
Yep. I agree. And A for efforts for
Mm.
team team Immortal Warriors for going against a big team like IGN. They tried their best, but of course they lack on the experience. Quite ironic because EXP. Well, I mean, you get what I'm trying to say, Debbie. You
Yeah,
get what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
But yeah, so it was a great run for Team Immortal Warriors, but overall, you have the experience will prevail in this match at least. So yeah, it was a really fun match to see. And please, if all of you are listening, do not give Aaron his Granger, please.
Pleasure. Yeah.
I'm begging, do
No, no.
not give him his Granger.
Lock it
But
away.
yeah, lock
Give
it
it the
away, ban him
Dushin.
away.
Give it
Actually,
the Dushin treatment. Just go on.
actually, just ban Aaron. Just ban Aaron
Yeah.
at this
Ben
point.
Aaron.
But
Ben Aaron.
ban Aaron. But yeah, we still have one more match left, so we will be coming back with that very shortly.
Alpha, my dear doomed king. The time has come to cast away that frail mortal shell. Join me in eternity. For defying the world, I was handed eternal reign. The feast shall wait.
Let the eternal melody soothe your soul. Echo through the darkness. Isn't this lovely, Quentin? Embrace the music!
In the arena, battle calls our name. Shadow rise, we're chasing fame. Legends born in the glow of the screen. Every move feels like a dream. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Strategies unfold like a master plan. Every hero, every fan, dive into the fray with hearts of steel. Our destiny is all we feel. Fight, fight with all your might. Glory waits under the neon light. Rise, rise, rise to claim your crown. Shadow rise, won't back down. Unstoppable, we're ignited.
fairy tales? Who deserves to live happily ever after? Be good, and you will have a loving home. Be kind, and you will be shown kindness. Be gracious, and you will find true love.
It's all your fault!
I want my
I was just having some fun.
Your mother died because of you!
What a bunch of drivel. Break those chains! Embrace your rightful power! I really love a good fairy tale. Who will be the lead of our next story?
Alpha, my dear doomed king. The time has come to cast away that frail mortal shell. Join me in eternity.
Do you like fairy tales? Who deserves to live happily ever after? Be good, and you will have a loving home. Be kind, and you will be shown kindness. Be gracious, and you will find true love.
It's all your fault!
I want my
I was just having some fun.
Your mother died because of you!
What a bunch of drivel. Break those chains! Embrace your rightful power! really love a good fairy tale. Who will be the lead of our next story?
Alpha, my dear doomed king. The time has come to cast away that frail mortal shell. Join me in eternity.
Do you like fairy tales? Who deserves to live happily ever after? Be good, and you will have a loving home. Be kind, and you will be shown kindness. Be gracious, and you will find true love.
It's all your fault!
I want my
I was just having
for the
some
ball.
fun.
Your mother
You
died
really
because
think-
of you!
What a bunch of drivel. Break those chains! Embrace your bride!